Hi guys and welcome back to the Mighty Blues. My name is of course Cameron and there you go, another day, another fucking disaster for Everton Football Club. Everton 0, Wolves 1 at Goodison Park. Another must-win game has been lost for Everton and we drop dangerously close to the relegation zone again. In fact, we're only not in the relegation zone because Burnley lost to Brentford yesterday. Yeah, disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful again. I'm getting to the point now where this is just getting a little bit too much, really, isn't it? I mean, the reality of the situation is we knew these players were gutless. We knew they were absolute shithouses. We knew they were spineless. We knew there was no leadership. We knew there was no guidance. We knew there was no responsibility. We knew all of that prior to today. We knew that this is a squad full of gutless, spineless, absolute shithouses who shouldn't be anywhere near this football club. But I think what really, really hit home today more than anything is we've known all of that. And again, we saw another gutless, shithouse performance today. And what did they say on Friday, by the way? Don't be surprised if Wolves turn up and beat us on Sunday, because this is the first time, barring the Manchester City game, and we lost that, we've actually come up against someone half decent at Goodison since Frank Lampard has become the manager. We've played Brentford, who were dreadful, and we beat them. We played Leeds, who were dreadful, and we beat them. And we played a Sunday League team, who were dreadful, and we beat them. Yes, we were very good against Manchester City because we often, up the performance when it comes to playing, the bigger teams. But today we played a decent Wolves team, not brilliant, not awful, just a decent footballing team, and they absolutely wiped the floor with us. Absolutely wiped the floor with us. And as I said, what we've learned today is not only are these players gutless, spineless, and absolutely dreadful in terms of their desire and their non-existent passion for the football club, but they're also absolutely shite at football. And that's nothing new. We've known this for a while, but for the last few weeks I feel like it's been very targeted that players not caring or not giving enough or not showing enough, when the reality is they're just all fucking shite. They're absolutely shite at football. And we can have this argument about Goodison needs to be bouncing and we need to get behind them and the crowd needs to be involved and the atmosphere needs to be there and all that and all of this. But in the opening 15 minutes of that game, the referee, who, by the way, was an absolute disgrace today, made a couple of really, really bad decisions, i.e., giving Wolves the ball back when they'd kicked it out purposely, allowing them to carry on play when their man had gone down and they'd kicked the ball out, etc., etc. And the crowd got on top of it. The crowd had a go at Michael Oliver, they got on top of it and they made it loud. And what did this Everton team do in that 15 minutes, 20 minutes of that sort of atmosphere? They stood around, they ball watched, there was no movement. The lack of movement today was scary, absolutely scary. And I'll say it again, I've said it before and I'll say it again, anybody that seems to think we're too good to go down or we're too big to go down or our squad's too good, do us a favour and go and watch that opening 45 minutes and go and watch the lack of movement from those Everton players. It was fucking abysmal. Every time either one of the back line or Jordan Pickford had the ball, everybody was stood still, with the exception of Anthony Gordon, who again, was probably the best player on the pitch in an Everton shirt. 21 years old, and he's carrying the weight of the football club on his shoulders. 21 years old. There's experienced Premier League defenders in there who are fucking embarrassing themselves. Experienced Premier League midfielders in there who are fucking embarrassing themselves. A 21-year-old is the only one that looks remotely like he gives a fuck. Remotely like he gives a fuck. 21 years old, and he's carrying the weight of this club on his shoulders. And with the exception of Anthony Gordon and Richarlison, to be fair as well, there was no press, there was no movement, there was no desire, there was no anything. There was absolutely no anything. As I said, for me, I think one thing that it really, really hit home today was just how bad of a footballing team we are. And it's not, it's not this myth of, we're dead good at home and we'll beat teams at home. We won't. We'll get beat by most teams at home. We'll get bounced by Newcastle on Thursday, by the way. Absolutely embarrassed by Newcastle on Thursday. Because we're not a good footballing team. We're absolutely fucking shite. And I'm sorry for swearing, and I'm sorry if there's any young people watching or whatever, but I can't keep it in. I can't keep it in. We're absolutely fucking shite. It's as simple as that. Yes, they don't care. Yes, they've got no desire. Yes, they've got no commitment. Yes, they're not arse. Yes, they're happy to pick up their wage and go and sit in their lovely big houses and drive their lovely fast cars. But the reality is, on top of all of that, they're fucking shit at footy. What for the shit at footy? And I hadn't won for about 13 years, but I've just won away today to Southampton. Really, really important game. And that might give them the confidence to go on and in the next 4 or 5 weeks pick up results. Look at Newcastle. Newcastle were dead bottom of the league a couple of months ago, and we were all sitting here saying, yeah, they're gone. They have a one win, and all of a sudden, before today, I know they lost to Chelsea today, before today, they were unbeaten in what? 10, 11 games, and they're out the relegation zone now. That's taking them out. So Watford will be looking at that thinking, right, we've got to build on this win. Leeds have won today. We are really, 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 by the way, we're really, really, really betting on Brentford and Burnley just being much worse than what we are. And what's going to happen if Burnley win a game and all of a sudden they get a confidence boost? Can't say that about Everton, because we beat Leeds and there was no confidence boost. We got battered the week after. We beat Brentford and there was no confidence boost. We got battered the week after. So Everton don't have a good run of form. We don't have a good period of football because these players are fucking shite at football. It's as simple as that. They're absolutely abysmal. The signs that we made in January, I'm not going to write Dele Alli off before his Everton career has really started, but why did we bring Dele Alli in? Why? He's clearly not up for a relegation battle. He was on the pitch and within the first 5 minutes he shit out of about 3 50-50s. He's not the type of player you bring in when you're fighting for survival. He's a luxury player. Donny van de Beek, luxury player. Can do a job, but could we have gotten better? Absolutely. Could we have gotten, forget better footballers, could we have gotten footballers that are more suited to the situation that we're in now? Absolutely. El Ghazi, what the fuck's the point? What the fuck is the point? Nathan Patterson can't get in the matchday squad. It's just... I'm really, 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 really worried, and I'm at that point now where I'm sort of acceptance, and it might be negativity, and it might be pessimism, and this, that, and the other. But the reality of the situation is, I just don't see a way back. I really, really don't see a way back, because I don't see us picking up any points away from home. And Wolves showed today that if you're a semi-decent footballing team and you can sort yourselves out and you can come in with a plan, then you'll beat us at home as well. It's not this myth of that we're very good at home and we're just bad away. We're not. We're shit at home as well. We're absolutely shit at home, and today proved that. Today absolutely proved that. And I just again I just don't know where we go from here. One thing is for absolutely certain for me, in the summer, regardless of whether we stay up or we go down, Farhad Moshiri needs to sell a football club. It's done. It's his time done. He's done now. He's gone. He's gone. We've had years of dreadful decision-making, years of shocking managerial decisions, years of dreadful recruitment from players. He needs to go now. It's as simple as that. He needs to go. Sell the club. Don't give a fuck about the stadium, because it doesn't matter. If we're in the Championship, it won't mean a fucking thing anyway. Sell the club to someone who's happy to take on the stadium and take on the investments. And there'll be people out there, of course, there'll be people out there. He's got to go in the summer. Bill Kenwright has got to go in the summer. Because you know what will happen if we don't make serious changes in the summer? If we don't get rid of 95% of this fucking god-awful footballing team who don't give a fuck, and we don't move on the knobheads at the top of the club who, don't give a shit and be too thick to run a fucking football club, then we'll be in this same situation next season. So forget the get to the summer and then we'll build again. If these fucking idiots aren't pushed out the football club and don't leave in this summer, we'll be in the same situation next year. And you know what? If we do stay up this season, we mightn't be as lucky next year. We mightn't be as lucky. We might go down rock bottom because we're that fucking bad. Because we are, by the way. We're the worst team in the league. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. We're the worst team in the league on the basis that we're the only team in the league whose players don't give a fuck. They're not arsed. They're simply not arsed. You can talk about Norwich. You can talk about Watford. You can talk about these teams. Watford have just beaten Southampton away today. What happened when we went to St Mary's a couple of weeks ago? We got absolutely battered. Absolutely battered. Yes, Norwich lose games. Okay, I understand that. But at least their players give it 100%. At least they fight. At least there's desire. At least there's commitments. What's that about Everton? There's fucking none of that. We're the worst team in the Premier League. Period. Worst team in the Premier League. And if these knobheads at the top of the football club and these dickheads who are claiming to be footballers running around on the pitch aren't pushed out in the summer, then we'll be in this same situation next year. The exact same situation. So regardless of what happens, whether we stay up, by the way, which would be a fucking miracle, an absolute miracle if we stay up this season. If we do stay up, I don't want to hear none of this, oh yeah, it was a one-off season, we had injuries and we had this and we had that, we'll go again in the summer. No, I want serious fucking change. Serious change needs to be made to this football club, because if it isn't, we'll be back here again next year. We'll be absolutely back here again next year. And as I said, we mightn't be as lucky. If we go down, serious change has to be made anyway. But regardless, it's done now. It's done for Farhad Moshiri. He's got to sell a football club. Years of bad decision making, years of dreadful managerial making, years of awful recruitment, years of making decisions when he's got no clue about football. He's got to go. Bill Kenwright, you've had your time. You've done what you've done. Some people like you, some people don't like you. See you later, mate. You've been here far too long and you've failed while you've been here. See you later. Other people within that club from top to bottom, see you later. You're not good enough. You've been here too long. You're fucking stale. You're shit at your job. We're in this situation because of you knobheads accepting mediocrity for years and years and years. Fuck off. Most of that squad on the pitch, fuck off. You don't care and you're not good at footy. It's not even like they don't care and they're decent at footy, so you can sort of sit there and go, well, they're not arse, but look at how good they are. They're shit at footy and they don't care. As I said, there's other teams in this league who are shit at footy, but at least their players care. At least their players care. At least their players want to fight, want to show desire, want to show commitment. Can you really look at any of that Everton squad today, barring maybe Richarlison and Anthony Gordon, and say any of them really give a shit? Any of them really care? Moshiri should have been bounced out the club the fucking day he brought Rafa Benitez into the football club, which was one of the worst decisions any football owner has ever made in the history of the sport. Move him on. GA has donated £10 to the team and says, chin up, Cam. Thank you very much, my mate. I really, really do appreciate it. It means a massive amount to me. It's a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace. It's as simple as that. It's a disgrace. And as I said, I'm at this point now with this Everton team where if I woke up tomorrow and there was a press release saying that every single player had left the football club, I wouldn't be asked. I simply wouldn't be asked. I've got no emotional connection to any of them. I love Anthony Gordon, I love Richarlison. There's a couple there that I'd be a bit wounded about, but 99% of them, I wouldn't give a shit. I simply wouldn't give a shit. It's the biggest squad of... It's got to be the most unlikable Everton squad ever. Because at least when we were shit under Moyes and even pre-David Moyes and this, at least when we were shit then, we had players that had care. And that's what got us out of a relegation battle on a number of times under David Moyes and on a number of times in previous regimes, because at least the players cared, at least they were going to fight, at least they were going to give everything, at least they were going to show that desire, that commitment. This squad of players isn't arsed. It's as simple as that. They're not arsed. They're not arsed. And you know what as well? It's a bunch of shithouses. It's an absolute bunch of shithouses. Twice, Wolves put that ball out today in situations where we shouldn't have given it back to them. Once, they took a quick free kick whilst their player was on the floor and then put it out. And another time, I can't remember exactly what happened, but they put it out of play and we shouldn't have given it back to them. Hwang Hee-chan was lying on the floor for 15 minutes and then got up and then decided to lie back down on the floor. Anthony Gordon's got a throw in. He's going to take the throw in. And Seamus Coleman screaming at him, give them the ball back, give them the ball back, give them the ball back. Hang on, give them the ball back. Are you fucking joking, Seamus? You're supposed to be the captain. You're supposed to be the leader. You're supposed to be the player that drags us through this situation. And you're more arsed about being a nice fella. You're more arsed about the other players on the pitch thinking, oh, he's sound him, isn't he? Than actually where Everton are. Fuck off. Do one. Not arsed how long you've been here. Shouldn't be playing for Everton. Shouldn't be playing for Everton. That's nonsense, that. Absolute nonsense. When you're in a relegation battle, you can't have a squad full of players who are more arsed about being liked than they are about winning games of footy. What we should have done is go, you can fuck off, you think you're having the ball back. You put it out of play and you continue playing when your fella was down. So we're going to take the throw in and it's going to be our possession, because that's exactly what it is. But no, give them the ball back, because we need to be nice and we need to be good sports and we need to be liked and we need to be looked at as good representatives. Good representatives, good sportsmen, good people that, aren't really bothered about the results, are just really bothered about what people think of them. They don't last. They don't last. And there's no grit, there's no desire, there's no, other than one or two players, and as I said, one of them's a 21-year-old who should be being led by his experienced players. Other than that, I can't bear them. I honestly, I just can't bear them. I really, really can't. And I don't know. I honestly don't know where we go from here. I really, really don't. Again, did we have a single shot on target today? I don't think we did. Gordon and Richarlison, the only two players. We play with a one-man press. a two-man press. You know, one player presses and everybody else just fucking stands there watching. You know, as I said, it's the first half. Players are standing round, watching, waiting for something to happen. As if, you know, it's as if they've not got the decision to make it happen. I don't know. We had the January transfer window there to bring in some players that could come in and do a job. Look at Newcastle. Didn't bring in world superstars. Didn't bring in massive names, but they brought in Chris Wood, player who can come in and do a job. Matt Target, player that could come in and do a job. Kieran Trippier, player that could come in and do a job. What did we bring in? We brought in 3 or 4 players that are big names and, you know, this, that and the other, but in reality are not fit for the relegation battle. Let's be honest, they're not fit for the relegation. Dele Alli isn't fit for the relegation battle. Whether he'll have a good future at Everton, a good career at Everton in the future or not, beyond the point, should not have signed them in this January transfer window. El Ghazi should not have signed them in this January transfer window. We needed a right back, so what do? We bring in a right back that isn't ready to take over. And we're still stuck with Seamus Coleman, who thinks he's playing rugby because he never plays a forward pass. Every pass he plays is backwards. We brought in a left back who clearly isn't ready. And yes, maybe ready at some point in the future, but we're not at that stage where we can look and go, we're bringing players in for the future and we'll bed them in now. We needed players for the here and for the now. I'd rather of us have spent 40 million on a 32-year-old who was guaranteed to do enough to keep us up than bring in, you know, these young players that, you know, may leave in the summer anyway if we go down. I don't know, and we've nearly got 500 people watching, and I honestly don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. The goal, you know, again, it says something, doesn't it, when we concede, and we conceded in the 46th minute, something like that, 45th minute, just after half time, and I knew as soon as we conceded, that's it, game over, it's done. We're not getting back into this now, we've conceded. And how you know, how devastating is that? We're at Goodison Park, we've conceded the goal with 45 minutes to play, and we knew, I don't know if anybody else wants to admit that, but I knew deep down that we were never getting back in that game. Steve has donated $50. Steve, that's unbelievable, mate. Thank you so much. I can't even begin to express to you how much that means to me. Thank you very much. Says, hey Cam, Newcastle United fan here. Sorry performance from Everton today. Showed some fight but little quality. I'd love to do a video with you on Newcastle Fan TV to preview the match on Thursday. Incest just messaged me on Twitter. Yeah, drop me a message, mate, and we'll have a chat. Thank you very much. Honestly, I'm sorry I'm not sitting here with a massive smile on my face, but A, my mouth's dead sore because I've got an abscess or something, and B, I'm very, very down at the moment with Everton, but honestly, that is unbelievable, Steve. Thank you so much. You don't realise how much that means, so thank you. It means a lot, mate. Thank you so much. Yeah, drop us a message and we'll do a video, you know, before the game. But yeah, you know, as I said, it's just, it's depressing. It is. It's just. I just don't know. I don't know where to go with it. I just don't know where to go anymore with Everton, because you just look and you just think, what's the point? Until there's serious change at this football club, nothing will change. And by that, the owner's got to go. Simple now, the owner's got to go. The chairman has got to go. The manager, I've got time for, because he's only just come into the football club. You know, I understand all of that. But the reality of the situation is that he probably wasn't the right choice. And not the right choice in the sense of a manager for the future. Steve says, Cam, I enjoy your videos a lot. First time being on live, awesome content. Thank you very much, Steve. But not experienced enough to deal with the situation that we're in. And it was always going to be a massive risk. Always going to be a massive risk. Because Frank Lampard was always coming in on the hope and the assumption that he'd be able to get a tune out of this squad. And I honestly don't think Jesus would get a tune out of this squad, to be honest with you. Because A, they're shit at football, and B, most of them don't care. And You know, you've got John Joe Kenny in there, who again, any conversation, by the way, of John Joe Kenny getting a new contract, fucking rid that straight off. Not that he's lost us the game single-handedly there, but let's be honest. We might never have got back in the game, but getting sent off with 15, 20 minutes to go in a game like that through 2 stupid challenges. Yes, they were soft, but why are you putting challenges in like that when you're on a yellow card? Nonsense, mate. Nonsense. And yeah, I just don't know. I really I'm getting to the point with it now where it's just becoming really, really difficult to front, isn't it? Really, because you know we were all told, oh, we'll be sound. You know, we'll be sound. You know, our own games will do us. We'll win our games at home. Wolves aren't a great team. They're a good team. They play good football. They play nice football. I said that in the preview. They're a good team. They play the ball round. They play nice football. They move it well. This, that, and the other. They're a good footballing team. They're not great. They're not amazing. They don't blow anybody's skirts up. And yet, not only did we make them look like Barcelona today, but they've beaten us at home. Last 2 Premier League games, lost at home. Whether we played well against Manchester City at this point, doesn't matter whether you played well. Doesn't matter. I'm not asked about the City result. Not asked that we played dead well. Not asked that we worked. Not asked that we were robbed. We lost. We lost the game. We lost the game. We've got Newcastle on Thursday, which I again might be me being pessimistic, might be me being negative. I think Newcastle will wipe the floor with us. I really, really do think Newcastle will wipe the floor with us. And then you're looking at, you know, realistically, home game wise, we've still got Man United to play at Goodison. We've still got Chelsea to play at Goodison. We've got to play Arsenal away. We've got to play Liverpool away. Yeah. But was too good to go down, apparently. Too good to go down. Too good to go down my arse, mate. Too good to go down my arse. Yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't know where to go from here with it. I really, really don't know. It's just, again, years of gross mismanagement, years of disgraceful decisions from the owner and from the board, years of poor managerial decisions, years of dreadful recruitment, and even the most recent January transfer window. Although it looks good on paper, and although in the future it might look good for the now and for the relegation battle, it was a nonsense transfer window. A nonsense. Unless Nathan Patterson is going to start playing week in, week out, why did we bring him in? Why not bring him in the summer? Or why not bring him in and then bring in another right back as well? Because we all know Seamus Coleman can't start games of football for Everton anymore. It's just, you know, relegation isn't even at this point a real possibility. I'm seeing some people saying, oh, relegation's a real possibility. Now, relegation's a real probability. Forget possibility, it's a real probability at the moment. And I don't see it changing. I just don't see it changing. Some people look at the fixtures and go, oh, we'll get 3 points there, we'll get 3 points there, we'll get 3 points there. Where are we getting 3 points from? Which games are we winning? Please, somebody enlighten me. Which games are we winning? Somebody tell me in the live comments now which games you genuinely believe confidently we'll win. Because I don't think there's any of them. I don't look at any of them and go, yeah, we'll confidently win that one. I really don't. And did the manager get it wrong today? Yeah, he did. He got the formation wrong. He got it tactically wrong. But the reality is, what more can he do? He's tried every formation under the sun. You know, he's tried every system, every style, every tactic, and the players are A, shite in every formation, and B, don't give a shit and throw the towel in every formation as well. What more can he fucking do? Seriously. The midfield were dreadful today. Decore and Van der Beek was shocking. Absolutely shocking. The defence were poor, and again, leave Conor Cody on his own to head the ball into the back of the net. Steve has donated another £10 to the stream. Thank you very much, Steve. Honestly, you don't have to do this, but I really appreciate it. He says, I don't like writing teams off, but not going to lie, I expect 3 points at Goodison on Thursday. If both teams can be up for the dogfight, it's anyone's game. If I'm a Newcastle fan, I would be massively confident going into Thursday's game. If I'm being honest with you, Steve. Massively confident. James says you might beat Burnley. We won't beat Burnley. We will not beat Burnley at Turf Moor. Not a chance. We're not resilient enough. We're not good enough to beat Burnley at Turf Moor. So, I just look at it and I just think, again today, defensively poor. Mikalenko, listen, there's a lot going on at the moment. I'm not going to sit here and have a go at him, but he got ran round, didn't he? Let's be honest. Seamus Coleman ran round again as per usual. And I actually felt a little bit sorry for the two centre-backs in the first half, because the amount of times they had the ball and nobody was moving was ridiculous. The amount of times both Mason Holgate and Ben Godfrey had the ball at their feet, and the midfield and the forward line were just stood there sort of watching was nonsense, absolute nonsense. And yes, in the second half they made mistakes and stuff, but as soon as it went 1-0, you just knew, didn't you? As soon as it went 1-0, you just sort of knew, right, okay, this is this is done now. And how depressing is that? 45 minutes of football we had to play, and you knew as soon as we went 1-0 down that the game was over. As I said, for me it's simple. It's simple, but it's too late now to sit here and say what to do to avoid going down. We've just got to hope. That's all we can do. There's nothing. I don't think there's anything Frank Lampard can do to avoid this situation, other than hope that the teams around us are much worse than we are, and also hope that we are on the odd game we may put in a decent performance, and they the team we're playing have a bad day at the office. But the reality is, in the summer, whether we go down or whether we stay up, serious change needs to be made. And that's the owner gone, that's the chairman gone. I don't know enough about what Denise Barrett-Baxendale does to give a comment on her. The most of the squad gone. As I said, if I woke up tomorrow when 99% of them had left, I wouldn't give a shit. And yeah, it's just, as I said, big serious change needs to be made. But will it? No. Because what will happen is, if we stay up, the owner and the chairman will come out and go, "Oh, we were never in doubt. We were always going to stay up with Everton. We don't go that this, that, and the other." You even had the graphic, Everton putting a graphic up today of top flight games. Why the fuck are you doing that? What are you doing that for? That's almost like an acceptance from the club of that. Well, look at how many games we've played in the top flight. So even if we do go down, this is how many we did play in the top flight. Why are you putting up a graphic that says 4 billion or whatever, 4,000, whatever it is, top flight games? What are you doing that for? You're fucking embarrassing yourself. You're absolutely embarrassing yourselves. It's a joke. Steve has donated another £10. Steve, honestly, thank you so much, mate. It means a massive amount to me. It really does. He says, when people say Everton are too big to go down, that's not exactly what's going to help the players' mentality. Everton seem mentally weak. Sports are both a test of physical and mental ability. You're spot on, mate, and we are mentally weak. This team is mentally piss weak, if I'm being honest with you. And it's full of players that A, don't give a shit, and B, aren't good enough either. And we seen that today. We saw that today. They're just shit at football. It's as simple as that. They're just very shit at football. And I don't see what Frank Lampard can do today in his post-game press conference other than come out and say they are wank. That's the only thing I think he could say, and people would go, yeah, you're right there. If he just comes out and go, they're fucking shite then, mate. They are shite. Because we're absolutely abysmal. And you again, I don't know. I really I just don't know. I don't know where to go from here. I don't know where Everton go from here. I don't know what the future holds. I'd love to sit here and say I'm terrified but I've just accepted it. I've absolutely accepted it the minute I'm at this point now where I've watched this squad of players perform like this for too long now to be surprised at that type of performance, to be shocked at that type of performance. I've seen it too often. I've seen it far too often. They're abysmal. They're an embarrassment to the football club. They're an absolute disgrace. And, did we have a shot on target today? No. They scored a simple ball into the box, simple header. They scored it. and we couldn't get back in the game. Because we're A, not very good at football, but B, we didn't want to get back in the game, did we? Let's be honest. Did that Everton team on that pitch today really want to get anything out of that game? No, they didn't, is the answer. No, they didn't. So don't bother coming out, giving your rally cries, Seamus Coleman coming out and saying, oh, we know, we care, this, that, and that. You fucking don't. You're full of shit. You're absolutely full of shit. Because if you cared in that 45 minutes, you'd have all picked yourselves up and you'd have all gone. You'd have all gone for the win. You'd have all gone for the throat. You'd have all put a bit of battle in, put that extra 10% in, and you didn't. You walked around. What Wolves run every single ball in the air. Fucking hell. Jimenez was getting goal kicks kicked up to him, and he was taking it down, rolling it on his chest, doing a rainbow flick, flicking it round his shoulders, heading it and fucking signing it before any Everton player got anywhere near him. And that's not because they're better than we are at football. That's because we couldn't be arsed. It's as simple as that. It's because we couldn't be arsed. No ideas, no plan, no determination, no effort, no care, and no quality. And when you add all of that together, you scream relegation. And that's exactly what Everton are screaming at the moment. And will there be a way back for this Everton team? I don't know. But as I said, whatever happens at the end of this season, this is it now for the club. This is it. It's got to be sold. The owner has got to sell it. The chairman has got to go. Various different people within the club have got to go. There needs to be a change in mentality, because the reason we're in the position that we're in is because this club has accepted mediocrity for years and years and years. It's accepted. That's all right. We'll give you the ball back because you kicked the ball out and it's your player that's down injured, and we're the ones in a relegation battle and we're the ones that need to win this game. But we'll give you the ball back because we're sound. This club has accepted that for far too long. Far too long. And if we don't change anything in the summer, if we manage to stay up this season, which will be a miracle, if we don't change anything in the summer, we'll be back here again next year. So, there you go. There you go. Listen, we're going to leave it there then. Play ratings will be up very, very shortly. We'll be live with the play ratings. There's 633 people watching. I think this is the most I've ever had watching a stream. If you want to leave a like, it would mean a massive amount to me. I'm not going to sit here and say like the video because I've just moaned and had been pissed off for half an hour. But if you want to like, it would mean a massive amount to me. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe as well. That means a lot. And as I said, we'll be live with the play ratings in about 5 minutes. So join us for that, because it'd mean a great deal if you could as well. Massive thanks to Steve for all of the donations, by the way, really appreciate it. Massive thanks to everybody for watching live and getting in the comments. Yeah, I'm going to go and try and take some paracetamol for me mouth because it's killing, and then we'll be live again. So massive thank you all for watching. If you have enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. And yeah, we're shite. We knew we were shite anyway, but we're really, really, really shite, aren't we? But there you go. What can we do? We're just fans. We just go to the game, you know. Am I paid 80 grand a week to go and watch that? No. But a lot of them players are. And a lot of them players won't give a fuck. Disgrace. Thank you all for watching. See you soon.